difference in elements. So is how would we do lines? Contrast in line. This would be contrasted with this, right? Here would be no contrast. Okay, is not. I'm just going to divide this up so I can do several elements. Shape. Contrast in shape. It could be a big shape and a little shape. It could be a circle. It could be a different shape, right? And a triangle. So that would create contrast.
Oh, you said difference in elements.
Huh? Okay, here would be no contrast. No contrast. Okay. Color, obviously. I can't do it with, well, it's a thing. You can do it right now. A good example would be what kind of colors are these in relationship to each other? Opposites. So that makes them complementary. Also, this is a cool color and this is a warm color. So those are good examples of contrast. So obviously, color-wise, it's going to look just, I'll do red instead. Okay. So I think that's pretty much, for texture, rough texture and a smooth texture, which is basically nothing. A value, obviously dark and light. Would be a contrast. So you're dark and light. Here would be negative texture here. You get the idea, right?
Yeah.
All right, so unity. I'm going to skip over to unity. Unity is the opposite of contrast. And as far as I'm concerned, this is kind of a personal thing, but if you're making art, these are two of the most important principles in my estimation if you're going to design something well. And why would that be? Well, let's talk about unity first. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's talk about unity first. What is it?
The quality of fullness or oneness that is achieved through the effective use of the elements and principles of art.
Okay, let's shorten that definition down a little bit. The quality of oneness. Okay, unity. When the elements, I'm going to make it simpler. When the elements go together. And leave a little more room in there because there's three ways. If you look at your blue handout that I want you to be aware of, a lot of people forget this. And the first two are kind of the same, but the third one is different. What's the first one? Simplicity. Keep it simple, okay? Now let's divide this up into three. So the first one, let's show simplicity. What would make a composition simple?
Not very much.
Pardon?
Not very much.
Not very much. Okay, so limit. You're going to limit the line or limit the shape. Don't use a lot of different shapes. Don't use a lot of different lines. Don't use a lot of different colors. Okay? So let's see. I'm going to do this one a little bit different than the next one. By using the same shape, or using different shapes, pardon me, but what am I using the same of?
Color.
The same color. So if I use the same color, I have simplicity. So that, even though I've used all these different shapes, it still kind of goes together. All right. So what would it not be? Let's do
Like different shapes with
different colors, right? And then it gets just kind of confusing. There's I don't know what it is, but people kind of like order. And you guys know this when you get dressed. If you come, my daughter, oh my goodness, what she used to wear to school, she would never, I would buy her matching outfits, she would never wear them together, you know, so she'd wear a pink shirt and a orange polka dot pants with striped, oh, she's just a crazy dresser. She didn't like unity. She wanted contrast. But generally when we get dressed, we want a certain amount of unity, so it looks like it goes together, okay? What's the second one? Simplicity. How else can you create unity?
repetition.
Repetition, right. And so, repetition. It's hard to spell on a whiteboard. Okay, so, and in a sense, these tend to overlap a lot, okay? So repetition basically is just, you know, using the same thing over and over again. I'm going to do that a little bit differently. I'm not going to make it so orderly. So if I repeat. So here I'm doing both repetition and simplicity. So I'm just using line, okay? So again, this is pretty much not repetition also, right? Let's see another way we could do it with line.
Do different lines.
Let's do lines, okay? All right. Now, number 3. What's number 3?
Proximity.
Proximity. What the heck does that mean? Placing things closer together. So a good example would be to take, I'm going to take some squares here. Somebody just burped. That's funny. All right. Proximity. I don't burp very much. I don't know why. Probably because I don't drink pop. Okay. All right. Here's the same thing, but instead of putting them next to each other, that's what proximity is. I put them out here. They're not close together. So this is going to look more unified, like it goes together. This is looks kind of scattered and like it doesn't go together. Okay? So that's what we mean by proximity. Okay? Questions so far? All right. So